Splatoon 3 just had its world premiere Splatfest, and I hope you guys had as much fun with the game as I did. But today I want to talk about some things that you really gotta know before getting Splatoon 3, because there's 4 main things I want to talk about, and maybe Splatoon 3 doesn't have everybody want to overwrite about now. But before we get into that, make sure to like the video and subscribe. We're almost at 5,000 subs, and it would be wonderful if you guys could help me get there. But okay, let's do it. Topic 1, and this we just have to admit because it's factually true. It's not all that different from Splatoon 2. If for some reason you were not a fan of Splatoon 2, Splatoon 3 probably won't be for you. If you've never been into the franchise, this doesn't do anything radically different to bring you in. It feels very similar. I'm sure like certain things have changed and there's a couple new gameplay additions. There's some new weapons and stuff like that. But overall, the core of what Splatoon is, it's the exact same. And that's for better or for worse. I asked this to a friend of mine while we were playing on stream, and she said that she wouldn't want them to change things up too much. I said, hey, how would you feel if they had all brand new weapons? And that's not something that she wanted. And she's played over 250 hours of Splatoon 3. So if you love Splatoon, hey, there is way more to love here. But the reality is, it's just not that different. Now, that might be something that some people like, some people don't like. I wish that they changed things up a little bit more, but for now, just keep that in mind. It's not all that different from previous Splatoon games. But with that said, the second point I want to make, it's that it is still really addictive and fun. We were streaming it over on Switch Force and we couldn't stop. We kept saying, hey, this is the last match. Hey, this is the last match. And it's so addictive. The matches are so quick and you want to keep doing better and better. And for me, at least, I improved as I played because I just hadn't played Splatoon for a little while. It was cool to be able to play with friends online and all that. The Splatfest was really fun. And the core of what makes Splatoon fun is still there. And that ties into the point that I made earlier where it's still so damn similar. So if you liked it before, you're going to like it now. And for me, at least, it's still really fun and addictive. I love Splatoon. I've played a bunch of Splatoon 2. Splatoon 1, I didn't play so much, but this just seems like it's going to carry things on for me. We talked about how the game is pretty similar to Splatoon 2, but there are like small subtle changes in gameplay, and those are actually really fun. The one thing that is my favorite thing of the game so far is that the lobby system is revamped. Now, instead of just waiting, sitting there in a lobby where I would just be on my phone or whatever, you get to have target practice, go around, test out whatever loadout you just picked, and that's perfect for me. You see little holograms of your friends too, but those are like really low quality. It's a nice touch, but it's unnecessary. But just being able to warm up your aim in the practice, if it's your first match of the day, or maybe you're trying out a brand new weapon, you get to go just splat some dummies and figure it out as you wait instead of just sitting there doing nothing. That's a wonderful quality of life improvement. On top of that, the small gameplay stuff, when you're going vertically on a wall, you get to boost up a little bit. You get to do the same when you're just going on ink on the ground. You get to go back really quick or sideways really quick. I can't lie and say that I implemented that stuff a lot because I forgot that it was there, but it's nice that it is there. And I think overall in the long term, it's gonna add some pretty good variation to the gameplay so that it's not identical. I guess what I'm saying, and my third point, is that the subtle changes, they matter big time. That lobby system now, it's great. It really is. I love how simple it was to just get in there and play with friends. It wasn't all that complicated and we weren't all just sitting there staring at a loading screen while we waited for matches. My fourth point that I think you should know about Splatoon 3, there are new weapons. There's a couple, right? The Splatana, and we have the bow. When I first tried them, I hated the new weapons. I just couldn't, it didn't click. I couldn't spread enough ink. I wasn't proficient enough to get any splats with them. I was having a real hard time. And Zach was the same way. My good friend Zach, all of you know Zach. He was the same way. He tried the new weapons and they weren't clicking. But after a while, in hour 3 or 4 of the Splatfest, I pretty much told myself, you have to try these new weapons. We gotta figure it out. There has to be a reason why these weapons were what was brought in. Like, there has to be something to them. And sure enough, with enough time and patience, what you put in is rewarded. I like the weapons quite a bit now. They each serve a different purpose. I love the Splatana. I think it's way more fun than people seem to be giving it credit for. I understand that we all have our old favorites. I love the Splat Dualies. I love the Splatter Shot. There's a lot of stuff that I already really like from the original game. And of course, all the weapons that were in the previous games are in this. part of the games being so damn similar, but you really got to give a chance to the new stuff, because even if at first you don't like it, there's a chance that you could do a complete 180 like I did and you'll have fun. And since there isn't that much new stuff, you really should give the new stuff an opportunity to win you over, because I bet that you didn't like every single gun in Splatoon 2 right away. The new stuff, it probably took you a little while to build that familiarity and be able to be good with it. Of course, you have more fun when you're playing well as opposed to when you're doing terribly. No one wants to play badly, and that's what was happening for me with the new weapons at first, but patience is rewarded. Make sure to check out the new stuff. A fifth little talking point, I said I was gonna talk about 4 things, but this is a bonus one that I just thought of. The Splatfest was really locked down, and the main game isn't going to be that way. So let's say you played the Splatfest, you've never really played Splatoon, and you liked a certain weapon, but you didn't like the special that it came with and stuff like that. There will be weapon variations in the main game that will have better specials. Now, you can't just go customize them all, but there will be kits that fit your playstyle better. During the Splatfest, everything was like locked away in very specific forms. And yeah, I wish I could have used certain weapons with a different special or ability. Not being able to level up during the Splatfest at all was a hard pill to swallow, but I understand why they did it, and I can't wait for the full game's release. I gotta be honest, I don't see a ton of excitement for Splatoon 3 right now, and I hope that this video helped you out. If you have enjoyed Splatoon in the past, I don't believe that you will regret spending $60 on Splatoon 3. I imagine that the single player stuff is going to be really fun. Salmon Run is whatever, but the multiplayer is where it's at. The Splatfest proves that it continues to be just as fun and fresh and addictive as it's always been, but unfortunately it's just not that different from Splatoon 2. More of the same. The community's gonna carry over. This thing is gonna sell millions of units, and it's gonna carry Splatoon forward into the next 4 or 5 years. Let me know what you guys think about Splatoon 3. Are you forking over the pre-order right away? I'm there from day one. I want to play with my friends. I'm in. There's nothing that they can do to deter me. I want to be the freshest inkling in all the universe. Let me know what you guys think, of course, in the comments down below. Like the video if you haven't already done so. Special thank you to members. You guys are legends. I appreciate you, and we will see you on the next video. Have a good day.